First, I want to talk a little bit about Mac in this game, a few of the plays. Now, I broke down all the sort of critical plays, including the third down sacks. I'm not going to give away everything. BSJ members get it all, including a detailed analysis of the coach's film of all these plays. But let's get into the second half plays. The 3rd and 3 play from the Indy 17, 8:50 left in the third quarter. This is the play where Bill O'Brien went off on Mac Jones. So the way I read this play is I think Bill O'Brien had a perfect play call for this defense. They anticipated cover 2 by the Colts. That's what they got. I think they ran, I don't have the video in front of me. I'm just looking at the still shot that I have on BSJ, but I'm pretty sure they ran play action on this play or something like that. But anyways, the point of the play is you have a high-low concept in the middle with Hunter Henry going to the post. You have Demario Douglas on a low crosser, and then you have Ramondre Stevenson in the flat. To me, the quarterback is supposed to read this Henry to Douglas to Stevenson. I mean, you do have Juju, and I think Booty was the other outside receiver. But so to me, this was a perfect play. It was a perfect play called by Bill O'Brien. It gave Mac multiple options, and that's the reason why he was so mad, because really, when he gets to his top of the drop, basically what he's doing is he's reading the middle linebacker. If the middle linebacker drops with Hunter Henry, sort of in a Tampa 2 type scenario, then you throw the low crosser to Douglas. If you don't like it, if it's cloudy, then you just check it down to Ramondre Stevenson. You need 3 yards for a first down. Just check it down to him. He'd be one-on-one with a cornerback. You like your matchup with Stevenson there. And what happens on the play is the linebacker takes a step towards Demario Douglas, and so that should mean a pop pass automatically to Hunter Henry. It's probably a touchdown. Instead, Mac freezes. He doesn't go to the check down. He freezes, feels the rush, sees the rush, ends up doing that shovel pass to Ramondre Stevenson.
Whatever it was.
It was there to be made. And look, everybody knows how I feel about quarterback pressure. I can't believe no one's mentioning how much pressure Mac was under in this game. On any other team, if the team gave up 5 sacks in the first half, say it was the Giants and Tommy DeVito, 5 sacks in the first half, 67% pressure, everybody would be like the quarterback didn't have a chance, in that game. But still, I'm not absolving Mac Jones. Like, I understand all that. I believe in all that. I think probably the pressure he's faced in his first 3 seasons, especially this year, has been the biggest contributor to where he is as a quarterback right now. But I'm sorry, when the play's there, to be an NFL quarterback, you got to gird up and make this play. Now, if they were asking him to throw into a tight window with a guy in his face and he didn't quite make the play, then I wouldn't blame him. But this play, he had 3 ready options on it, and he doesn't do it because he reacts to pressure.
Yeah, I'm looking at the play right now, Greg, so it wasn't play action. It was shotgun, right? As you mentioned, he does, because of the way the linebacker reacts, the middle backer reacts, all he had to do is pop it over his head to Henry, who's headed towards the post. It's a touchdown. But even that, okay, if you don't see it or you just don't trust yourself to make that throw, he could still go to Pop here. As Pop starts, because of the way the linebacker dropped and the other linebacker started to squeeze a little bit on Henry, as I'm looking at it here, if he waits another beat, he can throw it to Pop on the crosser, and then Pop's going to be one-on-one with the corner, who's also, by the way, at this point, it looks like he's been beat by Juju, although I think he just sort of released Juju because he sees things are starting to break down. Yeah. And then lastly is the safety option to Ramondre, which is where he ends up going with that whatever. And, I'm thinking in my head, Ramondre was running very well. It's probably the best he's run all, not even probably. It was the best he's run all year. I'm trusting Ramondre. I would actually say, screw it. Just get it to Ramondre real quick. He's going to get the 3 yards. That's the way he's running. He's physical. He's finishing stuff. He's got good burst. He's making first guys miss a lot. Whatever the play is designed to, you had, as you said, you had 3 options, and to not find one and go to the third one as late as he did and nearly get it picked off was just another example of what I was talking about at the beginning. Like, he's a mess. They're afraid of him, and it almost, we should call this play. But do I want to call this play because I don't know that? Do I trust him to execute it? And by and large, most of the time, especially here since the Dallas game, he hasn't been able to do it with any sort of consistency. There can be zero confidence that he is going to get it done in a big spot. I know he has the Bills game on his resume. Great. It's the only good game he's played all year. We're 10 games in, and that's the only game that you could say, oh, that was a good quarterback game by Mac Jones. The rest of it, there's a quarter here, there's a quarter there. But by and large, it's not good enough.
Yeah. The 3rd and 5 from the Indy 5, the incompletion to Hunter Henry, that was almost an interception. To me, I don't think Hunter Henry quite ran the right route. Yeah. But I can't indict him on that. Like, if Mac, to me, it looks like on that, Hunter ran an out towards the sideline. I think he's supposed to run to the pylon. That would make more sense. I think you invite too much danger on Hunter's path. But because the pass, if Mac threw it to the back pylon and Hunter wasn't there, I would rip Hunter Henry and say it was his fault. But Mac didn't do that. He threw it like behind him. It wasn't even close. It was a horrible throw. It was one of the worst throws I've ever seen him make until the last one. And, to me, if there's any sort of disagreement in Mac's mind about, like, all right, is Hunter going to run to the flag or not? Like, there was room there. It just stick your foot in the ground, just drill him, and it's a touchdown. And he didn't do any of those things. So to me, that was a horrendous pass. And of course, we know the last interception that was like Chuck Knobloch, Steve Sachs. Like it was there. He completely turtled. He felt the pressure. It's inexcusable. It's unexplainable. I don't care how much pressure you're under. That's a layup anytime.
FanDuel is the exclusive wagering partner of the CLNS Media Network. Right now, new customers get $150 in bonus bets with any winning $5 moneyline bet. FanDuel, official partner of the NFL.
Mike, what I wanted to ask you, so Mac Jones is where he is at this point. And I think we both agree he's broken. You just wrote on BSJ, it's time for him to sit. I think it's best if he just moves on from here. Mm-hmm. Who do you blame for where Mac Jones is not even finishing not even 3 years into the league at this point?
Like I said, I think there's so many people here, Greg, that we can point to. I think obviously the first thing that you think about is, this is the third OC in 3 years. And to take a quarterback after what was a promising rookie season, not great, but pretty good. And then to turn it over to Patricia and Judge and think that you can run some sort of McVay-Shanahan thing for two guys that not only have never coached offense, but then certainly haven't coached that kind of offense. That I put that solely on Bill. That was Bill's decision, and I think it set the quarterback back. But then I think to myself, I gave Mac a lot of benefit of the doubt last year for his frustration. Like, I didn't think he was wrong to be frustrated with what was going on. I would be too. Like, we had a good thing. I thought I was coming into this great operation. In my first year, it was exactly what I thought it was going to be. Like I was getting the coaching I wanted. I believed in Bill. Bill believed in me. Certainly he believed in Josh, and Josh was able to shepherd him through a bunch of different things over the course of that rookie year. But now as you start to look at the picture in hindsight and some of the emotional outbursts and some of the frustration, it makes me, we were talking about the maturity of Jack Jones and J.C. Jackson. Mac is not that sort of immature, but there's a level of like poutiness. And I guess it's immaturity that has to come back to him. Like, you got to own this more. And then in the offseason, no, you didn't get A.J. Brown or Tyreek Hill. You didn't get that explosive pass weapon, but you got Bill O'Brien. He's trying to do the things that you do well, or that he was told that you did well, the things that highlight your brain. And yet, what's he done for 10 weeks? He makes the same stupid mistakes he's an error repeater at that. And like, that's something that for years, like for 20 something years, don't be an error repeater. And Bill Belichick's on his team. You can't do it. If you do it, you're not going to play. We're not doing it. He's an error repeater. And it's mental, it's physical, like it's the combo. Like the throw is a physical, I don't have the arm to throw off my back foot, but it's also mental. Like, dude, set your feet like you're supposed to, like, you have to. If you're being honest with yourself, you know what your arm is and what you can do and can't do. And how many times this year has he done something like that? The Dallas game, throwing across his body. Like, you're not Pat Mahomes. You're not Josh Allen. You're not Joe Burrow. You are in the bottom third of the league in arm strength. And some people say he's at the bottom in terms of the starting quarterbacks. I don't know if it's that bad, but like, you can't do that, and yet you keep doing it. So there's a bunch of people to blame. That not getting him that big piece on the outside who can just take over a game. And look what it's done for the quarterbacks that I just mentioned, like what it's done for Tua, what it's done for Jalen Hurts. But all right, dude, you got what you got, and you're supposed to be the smart quarterback, but you keep playing stupid football. And so at the end of it, there's a lot of people that contributed to the ruining of Mac Jones, but he's got to be at the top of the list. You got to own it, dude. He's got to own it.
Yeah. A couple things, and I don't disagree with you. I mean, there is certainly the possibility that Josh McDaniels stage managing Mac Jones like he did in his rookie year, and it was all by design. It was all by Josh's design, and I think that basically, like he was like basically like, here's the plan for Mac Jones. We're going to keep it close to the vest as a rookie, and then really what they normally do is, and this goes for basically anybody in the Patriots offense or defense, is the more you prove yourself that you can be able to handle, the more we're going to expand the offense and what we ask you to do and things like that. And I think rookie year was step one. And, it wasn't perfect. I mean, I do urge people, I tweeted out the YouTube highlights of Mac Jones's rookie year, and go watch some of the plays. Watch how much he's on his toes. Watch how much he's on his front foot. Now, there are some hints of the back foot stuff, but it was a bit different. Now, I will also, so we're never going to get a definitive answer. What we do know unequivocally is that Mac Jones is a completely broken player at this point. But let's put the quarterback aside. If I told you, Mike, that first round quarterback X was drafted by X team, his first 3 years in the league, he would have 3 different play callers, 3 different systems. He would have worsening pass protection by the year. People forget it wasn't even that great in 2021. Trent Brown did not have a good year that year. Isaiah Wynn was the left tackle. Like, it was not great. His rookie season. It was even worse last year. It's been abominable this year. And these are all facts. So 3 different coaches, bad pass protection where he's getting hit a lot, and no improvement of weapons. There was another factor that I was going to illustrate, but I forget right now. What chances would you give quarterback X of being successful in this league in those scenarios? Through his 3rd season in the league, 5%.
It would take a special quarterback to be able to survive that. It's, and you and I have talked about this. I think you continue as your column on Sunday. Like, it's the manual of how to ruin a quarterback, and this is the organizations that you made fun of as the Patriot people in the building made fun of and the fans made fun of. That's what they did. That's what the Jets did, the Dolphins did, the Bills did for all those years, like turning over everything constantly in search of trying to reach your level. They all did that. They all made those mistakes. And now you're the team that has the least amount of stability at that position. And you're the team that's put what was, again, a young, promising player, never going to be great, but we thought we'd be good enough to win with. You've completely broken him down.
Yeah, the other factor was, I'm going to say, a worsening run game as well, because the run game's been non-existent this year. I mean, Mac Jones is a quarterback that needs a run game, and he didn't get that.